Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Entrepreneur. Welcome to my media channel. If this is your first time here and you want to get updates on streaming and physical media, all that jazz, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification. We really do appreciate it. All right, so this video actually might be a little bit of a requested and highly anticipated follow-up video, and that is about the Charlie Brown Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Halloween specials, which for more than 50 years, in the case of the Charlie Brown Christmas special, played on broadcast TV. This is the first year that the Peanut specials will not be on broadcast TV because, as I mentioned in my other video, Apple TV Plus bought the exclusive rights. And here's the thing, folks, most people are not happy about that. Most people are not happy about that. Now, here's the thing. In the last video, I did lament that it was a shame that this had happened, because, one more tradition has gone away, in a sense, even though it's archaic and it's outdated. I actually liked physically tuning in to watch the Charlie Brown Christmas special and the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown on ABC, previously CBS. And a lot of people are also not happy about it, and they are making their voices heard. And I think this is a good chance to not only revisit the topic to show how important this really was to people, but also to show why I think realistically this was bound to happen and why it happened, because I didn't really go over that too much in the last video. So let's go down a little bit and avoid some of the, redundancy. But since the acquisition was announced last week, a change.org petition titled "Bring the Peanut Specials Back to Broadcast TV" has already gained more than 107,000 signatures, which I have to admit is fairly impressive for a change.org petition. Not very useful in terms of whether or not this is actually going to go back to TV, but I'm glad people are making their voice known. The petition, first noticed by Mac Rumor, says the time for saying good grief is over. Signers say that Apple swiped the football from us by streaming the specials on Apple TV. The petition includes a phrase, #AppleHatesTradition. I don't think that's necessarily the case, but Apple loves money and they saw an opportunity here. Apple is making each special available to stream for free at certain times, which is why I don't think they necessarily hate tradition, because they're actually streaming it during the times that, well, it probably would have aired on TV anyway. For example, the Halloween classic, It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, will be available to stream free over Halloween weekend from October 30th to November 1st. It is November 4th by the time this video is going up, so obviously that has passed. When the official Peanuts account tweeted on October 19th to share how to watch the special this Halloween, hundreds of angry tweets followed. Like, here's one. Dave said, "You've taken a holiday tradition that was accessible to everyone and put it on the wrong side of the digital divide. Charles Schultz would be sickened by your decision." I don't know why, because here's the thing. Before we had streaming, like I said, Peanut specials were on CBS. At one point, ABC came around and said, "Hey, we'll pay you this much for them," and apparently it must have been a better deal. And then the Peanut special switched to ABC. Now, granted, these are both broadcast networks, so everyone has them. It probably would have been a little different if, say, ABC decided they didn't want to broadcast a special anymore, or let's say TBS. Let's just make a random thing. TBS goes up to ABC and says, we'll pay the Peanuts company, or whatever it's called, whoever runs Charles Schultz's estate. We'll give you X amount of money, and it's this much more than what ABC is willing to pay you, and then the Peanuts holiday specials move to TBS. Well, that's cable, so technically it is behind a paywall. Not a lot of people don't have cable, but, some people don't, so I can understand why the move from CBS to ABC might not have been so jarring, because everyone still had access to it. But yeah, you move it to cable, or in this case, a streaming platform, then yeah, some people are going to get locked out. Sekola Edwards says, 2020 blows. The point of having them on network TV is the country coming together and watching at the same time. That's being taken from us. I actually kind of agree with that. The Peanut specials are one of the very few things that brings us together. Yeah, that's fine. Alicia says, "Yeah, that's a terrible idea not putting it on television. I watch it every year along with the other holiday specials. Is it not bad enough the Thanksgiving parade is going to be virtual?" Yeah. So anyway, they have announced there's a petition that is being signed. Fans are clearly not happy. They're so unhappy that even my video got almost 1,000 views and no one subscribed to this channel. Not yet, anyway. Now, here's my thoughts on the business deal itself. Now, I've already lamented in the previous video about the shame of the Charlie Brown specials no longer being on TV. I do think a tradition is being lost to some extent. I also understand the economics behind it. I mean, clearly, whatever Apple paid for the rights to have the Peanuts specials on their platform was clearly more than whatever ABC was willing to pay. And by the way, ABC is owned by Disney, so write Disney some nasty letters if you are not happy with this. And I do give Apple credit for trying to make this a smooth transition. Again, all through the specials, there will be a certain time period where whether you are a subscriber to Apple TV Plus or not, guess what? You can watch it for free if you watch during this certain time. And these days would have been the time that it would have aired on national TV anyway. So, that's fine. And of course, the other pro that people are kind of losing sight of is that part of this deal is that Apple TV Plus will be making more Peanuts content. They already made that Snoopy in Space cartoon, which I actually kind of enjoyed, and they want to make more cartoons. So, that's good by my watch. In fact, we might even get another full-length 2D animated Peanuts movie again. Unfortunately, it probably won't be in theaters. It'll probably go straight to Apple TV Plus. But hey, as much as I liked the Peanuts movie in its 3D CG glory, I kind of wish that we could go back to another full-length Peanuts movie that's drawn. Maybe Apple will do that. And I think that would be a great trade-off. Now, there is one thing I was thinking that Apple could do in the future to maybe appease people a little bit more. I know the tradition has been broken, but hey, 2020 is just an anomaly year. I think a lot of history books will have an asterisk next to 2020 and say this year doesn't count. What Apple could do in the future is, hey, they could, in a sense, license the Charlie Brown specials back to ABC or CBS for a huge discount. Say, hey, make it a point to air a few ads between every commercial break that pimps our Apple TV Plus service and advertise the fact that new Peanuts content is available exclusively on Apple TV Plus. And you can still air the specials on ABC or CBS, or maybe even the CW. Who knows? And I think that might be something that Apple could do. They could use it to leverage because it's like, hey, you know what? It doesn't hurt. If they're going to be giving this away for free, it doesn't really hurt them to say, hey, you know what? Next year, instead of like giving the specials away for a certain amount of days for free on Apple TV Plus, yeah, we'll just put them back on TV with the standard networks and just have them advertise that the entire Peanuts collection and future Peanuts content is available exclusively on Apple TV Plus, including the holiday specials. That might be the next play they can make. Who knows what Apple will do at the time. For the Peanuts company, I should state that, or the Snoopy company, whatever it's called, this was a good deal. Whatever ABC was paying them probably wasn't a whole lot. And hey, believe it or not, the Charles Schulz estate does have a business to run. They have merchandise to sell. They're the ones who decides, where do the characters show up in the theme parks? In this case, Knott's Berry Farm. And which movie studios do we partner with to make movies with? Last time it was Blue Sky Studios for the Peanuts movie. Now that Disney owns Blue Sky Studios, I don't think we're getting a sequel to the Peanuts movie. They might get something with Apple though. And so when Apple comes along and says, hey, you know how ABC is paying you $20,000 to air that special this year? We'll pay you $200,000. I don't know if that's what they actually paid, but who knows? Maybe. And also we want this to be like an introduction where we can commission more Peanuts cartoons for our streaming platform. Well, that feeds the Snoopy company, and that feeds the Charles Schulz estate. That keeps employees working. It gives us more content. So overall, even though I expressed clear disappointment in the last video, it is ultimately a good thing for all of us. It is a shame that it won't be on TV, but who knows? Maybe this won't be forever. And hey, if you want to sign the petition, feel free to sign the petition. I think what could happen is maybe if Apple can come to agreement with the whatever network wants to air them. Like, hey, if you promise to add this many Apple ads, you can have the rights to for like maybe even less than what they were paying for before. And obviously, the broadcast networks will buy it because it's tradition, and people like this tradition. So, the thing is, I remember when the Charlie Brown Christmas special was first sold on VHS. It was actually like a Chevron gas station exclusive, if you can believe it or not, where you bought the tape for $5 at the Chevron gas stations. And I remember people cried foul back then. Why would you put it on tape? Ignoring the fact that people had been recording it for years on tape anyway. So, it's just one of those things. It's a reminder that life moves on, and it's a little bittersweet, but for the company, this is a good thing, and who knows, maybe Apple will be willing to put it back on TV with some strings attached. I don't know. But anyway, I would like to know what you think about this petition and all of this. Do you agree with the petition? Would you sign the petition? I'd love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, blame responsibly. Have a good one.